Marche. I have here Trooper Monroe.
Officer Cutrer.
Today's date is March 8th, 2023. Time now is 12:29. Okay. Can you spell your last name for me?
Cutrer.
Okay. Jesse. Jessie.
Jesse. Jesse.
Okay. Do you know your driver's license number by chance? Or do you have your driver's license on you?
It's in the
Car? I can get it from you later. What's your date of birth?
02/24/1991.
Okay, so you're 32.
32.
The last grade completed. Did you complete high school and college?
High school and part of college.
Okay.
I don't think I made it through a whole term of college.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to start up here and just read all the way down. I'm going to read these 5 points and then ask you these 3 questions afterwards, okay? If you want to follow along, you can. I just give it to you just so you can go with me. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court or other proceedings. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before questioning, and you have the right to have a lawyer present during questioning. You have the right to a lawyer's advice in the presence of a lawyer, even if you cannot afford to hire one. In such case, a lawyer can be appointed to represent you. If you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You understand your right?
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to answer questions at this time?
Yes, sir.
Has any threats or promises been made to you, or has any pressure of any kind been used to get you to answer questions or give up your rights?
No, sir.
Cutrer?
RER.
Okay. Okay. We're trying to get you guys where y'all are all working. We wouldn't pull you from your house.
Yeah, no, I heard him first say Friday. I was like, nope. I'll be headed to Arkansas.
Are y'all? They're going on vacation?
A little weekend trip.
I think that's where one of the Padres is going to. Man, this is it's something we use whenever we work incidents like this. It's really just for me to stay on track, and I'm going to go down here and they got a few questions. It's going to fall to the backside, and we're going to get into kind of what happened. But if you see me writing anything down on this, this is just to help me stay focused on questions, things like that. It's all general questions about incidents. The same thing, if you see me or Monroe writing anything down while you're talking, it's just for us to clarify later on, just so that whoever reviews these, so that they don't have any questions, we don't have to call you back up here and do follow-ups, just so we can get everything out. And basically all we want to do is just get your perception, everything that happened that day from your point of view. I think we've interviewed some this morning, and we have a lot of people to interview coming up, so there's going to be no endless questions or anything like that. We just want to get your side of it and your perception of it. All right, so your name, Jesse. What's your badge, Jesse?
671.
Is that the same for your radio call sign?
Yes, sir.
What's your current assignment at? You work for Houghton Police?
Mm-hmm.
What's your current assignment?
We'll just say patrol.
Patrol? Okay. Do you work normal duty hours, like the same hours every week, or are you on like a rotation?
Same hour, or you mean same hour? Monday through Friday?
Yeah,
same hours?
Do you work like an evening shift Monday through Friday, or are you on like a 12-hour rotation where you come back to work and your off days change?
Yes, 12-hour rotation, off days change.
Okay.
So this week it's Wednesday, Thursday.
And do y'all work 2 weeks of days, 2 weeks of nights, a month of days, a month of nights?
I work straight days.
You work straight days?
Some of the other guys will float back and forth.
And what's day shift for you?
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So on the day of the incident, just to clarify the incident, this past Saturday, there was a pursuit that started in Houghton, ended in Bossier City, and resulted in a shooting. Are you familiar with the incident we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
On that day, on that Saturday, what were your working hours?
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
Well, my normal hours are when did I leave to go home?
Just your normal working hours that day.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay. Did you leave early that day?
No.
Okay. You were still on duty at the time of this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And that day, were you working a special detail for anything, or was that a normal working day for you?
Normal work day.
Okay. 48 hours prior to that incident happening, did you work any extra jobs, work any, I guess, higher backs, extra shifts, any specialty things? Did you do anything, or was it? Okay.
Just normal.
The day of the incident, were you in uniform? Were you in plainclothes capacity? Or were you wearing any kind of tactical uniform?
Just patrol my normal uniform.
Okay. Could you describe it for us, your regular uniform that day?
Gray polo, green pants, black duty belt.
Just similar to what you have on. You have the
This
badge on your left chest,
Yes, sir.
your name on your upper right chest, Halton Police on the sleeve.
Yes, sir, and on the back of the collar.
Okay.
Okay. Was there were you wearing like a vest, like a throwover vest that day?
Not during the day. I threw my vest on when I got out of the car on scene.
Okay. Okay. On your duty rig, your duty belt that you wear every day, what all equipment do you have on there?
On my belt,
Yes, sir.
pistol, tourniquet, keys, flashlight.
Did you have any spare magazines for your pistol on your duty belt?
No, sir.
Do you have spare magazines?
Yes, sir. They're in my
Okay,
vest.
on your vest. Okay. What about mace? Do you carry mace on your vest or on your rig belt?
No, sir.
Taser,
No, sir.
a baton.
No, sir.
Okay. So all you had on your duty vest was extra magazines for your pistol.
My vest, magazines, radio, multi-tool, and a knife, pins, gloves, stuff like that in the pockets.
Nothing else that was issued by the department.
No, sir.
Okay. For your firearm, for the magazine that was inserted into your firearm, was it fully loaded as it topped off plus one in the chamber?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you load in that magazine and you put a round in there, you top that magazine back off,
Yes, sir.
and then your other two magazines, were they fully topped off?
Yes, sir.
And for y'all, do y'all shoot a Glock 17?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that a 17 round magazine? To the best of your
I think it's 17
17.
and one.
One in the chamber?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you have how many magazines?
One in the pistol, two in my carrier.
Okay.
3 total.
The vehicle you drive for while you're on duty, is that a fully marked unit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Could you describe just, I know it kind of sounds elementary, could you describe what a fully marked unit looks like?
Describe a fully marked or my fully marked.
You're fully marked.
It is a white Ford Interceptor utility, which looks exactly like a Ford Explorer with a long sticker, blue, white, black, going from the front to the rear with Halton Police Department, logo, picture of our badge and HPD on the sides, and then Halton Police in black letters on the trunk hold or trunk door on the back of it. say push bumper with lights. Our lights are interior, but we still have some on the outside, on the push bumper and on the license plate lights. And the antennas on the roof.
Okay, so y'all don't, so it seems like most of your hot units, they don't have the light bar on top. They're all internal inside the windshield?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, all right. And was all that put on there issued by Houghton Police? It sounds like it's a pretty standard police unit issued
Yes.
by Houghton. Okay. The day of the incident, did you have any occupants inside the vehicle? Were you FTOing anybody? Was there any riders?
No, sir, I was by myself.
Okay. Do you have an in-car camera inside of your unit?
Yes, sir.
Was it activated and working during the incident?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll go to that in a second, but it's just a question. What about, did you have a body camera?
I did,
Okay.
but my body camera was dead.
Okay.
It was low battery.
Your emergency lights, are they operating like they're supposed to, flashing and everything? You had sirens, were they operating like they're supposed to?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a radio inside of your unit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, was it working and operating?
Mhm.
And a mobile data terminal, like a computer that you would typically work off of, do you have one of those inside?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Other than the body camera and the in-car camera, was there any other audio or video footage issued by the department or something of your personal something that you own that would be on you or on the car or captured the event?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. Man, so just in your best terms, from what I understand, you were on day shift this day and you had some knowledge of maybe a domestic that happened. Could you work us through all the things that you knew from the domestic and then from the time of the traffic stop and then what happened after that? We'll just break down, just go piece by piece and just kind of explain what you observed, what you knew. You understand what I'm saying? And we'll just work through it like that.
I can't give you a time, but that Saturday morning, we were told about a domestic that occurred at 2 North Thurman, and myself and Sergeant Freeman went there to do a follow-up, talk to him. I got called away as soon as we got there, so I showed up a little bit after. When I showed up, he was giving me a brief rundown of what she all said about Mattingly beating her up that night or that morning at 2 o'clock that morning. Left there, went to the police department, worked on the report, typed up warrants, figured out the vehicle description and stuff like that. And later on that afternoon, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock-ish, Sergeant Freeman sent the guys that were working, hey, supposedly the suspect's on his way back towards town, coming to town. I set up on the north end of town. I think they went to the south end. After that, I heard Officer Kennan getting in pursuit with the vehicle. I moved from where I was sitting originally was 3227 at Pilot, and I moved a little bit further south to Delacroix at 157. Sat on Delacroix at the stop sign, backed off of 157 a little bit, and sat there and watched. Waited, seen the vehicle with his emergency lights on in front of Officer Kennan. As he passed up in his Deer Valley and came up to where the turning lane was, to where you would turn off of the road instead of going in the center lane to go across it. He went from a high rate of speed going north to turning to where his vehicle, instead of going past me, was now pointed at me. I put my vehicle in reverse, hammered the gas as hard as I could. I backed up and he pulled from the turn lane back into the northbound lane. After that, I had to wait on the RPMs to go down so I could get it back in the drive, and then tried to play catch up to him the whole time there. And then I showed up on the scene at 83, probably 30, 45 seconds after the shots had been fired. After that, Sergeant Friedman got on the phone with the victim of the domestic. Come to find out she was in Bossier City at that time, so I went and met her at Bossier City PD and stayed with her until a family member showed up to get her.
Okay. Going back into where you, the pursuit first started with Officer Kennan, and it was coming your way. Were you parked, Delacroix, is that the DSLD neighborhood right there on 157, the new one that they're building? They have a bunch of them.
The one between Buckstop and Pilot on the opposite side of the road, or yeah, where the field is, the clear cut.
Mm-hmm. I know coming northbound, it has a turn lane which goes into it. That's kind of off. You were parked, I guess, facing 157. You were parked right there,
Yeah,
waiting for him to come through.
yeah.
Okay.
I was parked on Delacroix with those lanes of traffic perpendicular to 157.
Okay. What would, through your perception, what were you thinking as he was coming northbound on 157? And you said he started to merge over. What were you thinking at that point? What was going through your mind?
My mind was he had full intentions on hitting me. He had passed the cars in that lane, and he was moving at an extremely high rate of speed. He had already passed those cars in that lane. There was nothing between, no cars in front of him at that point to make him need to go around them. It was an empty street. He was going straight, and then pulled the wheel, and the vehicle was facing me. So my full intention was he was trying to hit me.
Okay. You said you did, I guess, a maneuver. You put it in reverse, and you tried to back up quickly.
Yes, sir.
If you would have, or his path that he came through, if your vehicle was still there and you hadn't backed up, would he have hit you, or would he have already been kind of back on the road at that point? Or was it you weren't sure, maybe you were too focused on backing up?
At that point, I was focused on backing up. With how fast he was driving, I put it in reverse and I leaned into the center console.
Okay. How fast do you think he was driving, just from?
My guess, 100 or more.
Okay. And then after he passes you, and you said your engine was revved up real high, you had to let the RPMs come back down, and you were trying to get into it. Did you ever get back into the pursuit, or were you listening on the radio, trying to follow where it was going?
I was following where it was going. I wasn't able to catch up to him.
Okay. And then, could you tell me maybe on the radio what you were hearing? Was it Officer Kennan calling stuff out, or was the sheriff's office?
Officer Kennan was calling stuff out. I think sheriff's office called out the fact they had a spike strip set up somewhere. But other than that, it was Kennan calling stuff out until he stated that his tires were flat. At that point in time, Patrick told him he was close to him, and I think he said he took point. But other than that, it was mainly Kennan on the radio and then Patrick on the radio.
Okay. And you showed up to the where the vehicle or the pursuit ended. How long was it after you think everything finished till you showed up?
Probably 30, 45 seconds.
Okay. Whenever you pulled up, did you hear any gunfire or any verbal commands from officers trying to?
No, sir, not at that point.
Okay. What did you like? What was whenever you pulled up on scene and then you got out? What was your perception of everything? What was happening?
Officers had either just cleared the vehicle or on the other side of it was clearing the vehicle. And then Sergeant Freeman was in front of it, or in front of me. I heard deceased. Don't know who it was from. But other than that, I just sat back and did what I was told.
Okay. At that point, did you do anything, anything on scene to collect evidence or anything like that? Or did you go stand by the other Houghton police officers and assist them with anything?
Yes, I stood by with them until Sergeant Freeman said the victim of the domestic was gonna meet me at Bossier City Police Department.
Okay. Did she give any statements as far as the incident?
The pursuit incident or the domestic incident?
The pursuit incident.
No, sir, except for she made claims of guilt that it was my fault, I should have never called.
Okay. Anything?
Was there, leading up to the incident, was there ever a mention of the suspect having a firearm or anything?
Yes, sir. That morning, when we did the follow-up for the domestic, she did state that he had a pistol with a red laser. I asked her if he had any other firearms. She said she doesn't know, that he bought guns and sold guns so frequently on the street she didn't know if that was the only one or if he had swapped them or if he had traded out for something else. But she said yes, she said he did have a gun.
But she also told you, correct me if I'm wrong, she said that he buys and sells guns frequently, so at any point in time he could have multiple firearms potentially.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said, so you were on the kind of the north end and Officer Ken was on the further south end,
Yes.
and he what was the first time that you knew he keyed up and said, I've spotted him, he's running, or I have one running, or what, do you remember?
He keyed up and called Sergeant Freeman's number over the radio, which worked with him long enough. Instead of calling each other by phone when we want to talk, if he calls on the radio, then something's going on.
Right.
And since I knew he was on the south end, and it had to be traveling north from that point of the town to get to the victim's house. I kind of knew something was going on, and then I think he said over the radio that I got him, we're headed north.
And you took that to mean what?
I took that to mean that Officer Kennan spotted the vehicle and was in pursuit of the vehicle.
The suspect that was wanted for
The suspect, yes, sir.
Okay. And how far from whenever the initial call came out until you saw the truck and then Officer Kennan, roughly?
Oof. I would guess 1 to 2 minutes from when he keyed up to where I actually could visually see the truck with its hazard or emergency lights on coming. And then it was shortly after that I could see his lights behind it.
Okay. And you saw Officer Kennan's lights?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I seen them about at the train tracks between West Jackson and West McKinley.
Okay. And I know Detective Onshea already asked you, I just wanted to make sure. So whenever you backed up, you didn't know if he would have actually hit you, but it would have been close enough that you leaned over the center console, so you were preparing to potentially get hit.
Yes, sir. With how fast he was driving and how close he got to me, I don't know if his tracks would have went exactly over where my car was, but it was close enough for me to think that he was going to hit me.
Right. Okay. And if Officer Kennan would have said, "I've got the suspect," and that he would have made a traffic stop on him, what would have been a normal protocol for a suspect with felony warrants? What would have been a normal protocol if a traffic stop would have been initiated and the suspect complies? What's a normal protocol?
It had been a felony stop of get verbal commands from the vehicle, have them come back, make sure that they don't have any firearms in their hands, place them in handcuffs, read them their rights, and put them in the car, or have them sit in the backseat of the car.
Okay.
Man, is there anything you think we didn't ask that maybe would be important to this? Either involving the domestic the day before, busyness that led up to it, or during the incident?
No, sir, not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Just one, sorry, so you showed up 30 to 45 seconds after, so you never fired your, any weapons at the scene?
No, sir.
Okay.
Time now is 12:55 p.m.